This is Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, brought to you by the Iowa Soybean Association, your daily recap of the information that affects Iowa's farmers, producers, and consumers, right here in the heart of the heartland. With reports from our award-winning broadcast team of Dustin Hoffman, Riley Smith, and Mark Magnuson. Now, from the IARN studios in Des Moines, here's Mark Magnuson.
Hello and welcome into Ag Matters PM on the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Mark Magnuson. Today is Wednesday, May 3rd, 2023, and we're so glad you could join us for today's show. In today's episode, I will speak with Iowa Secretary of Agriculture Mike Naig at a recent Iowa Department of Agriculture and Land Stewardship event. At that event, 28 Choose Iowa grants were awarded to Iowa farmers, small businesses, and nonprofits. I'll also have a check of the ag weather outlook, but first, let's run down the markets.
It's time now for the Ag Matters PM Closing Market Summary, your source for market analysis and settlement prices from the day's trade in Chicago, courtesy of the folks at agmarket.net.
At the end of another trading day, we are joined now by Kaden Sweeney of agmarket.net for our closing market analysis. Kaden, what did we see happen in the grain markets today?
Yeah, pretty stark difference to what we started the day out, about 7 o'clock this morning. We'll just start with corn first. First thing this morning, we were down about 7 cents on July. We're going to close up 8 or 9 today, about 20 off the low. So really pretty good turnaround there for the corn market. Dees was up 10 as well. So, at the beginning of the day, we were making new lows. I thought we were going to be in trouble. And now you look at it, the whole board's green, really.
And those wheat numbers really shot up as well. What do we see as driving that? The wheat numbers completely the other way in the green.
Yeah, so just looking at quick, Kansas City wheat up 45 cents, Chicago and Minnesota both up over 30. So wheat has been the fund's punching bag for the last 2 months. We had $8 wheat in March, Chicago, and just gotten crushed ever since. Hopefully, we finally kind of found an end to that path today. You can call it whatever you want. I think a lot of it is money flow coming out of the fund. On the technical side, you can also call it, the Russian corridor and some uncertainty there. You can also call it, the growing season we've got going on right now out west, pretty dry, and some of that spring wheat's not looking very good either. But all in all, we'll take it. Wheat's just got crushed, and we'll take it for sure.
And Kaden, we were also waiting today on an announcement from the Fed on how much they were going to potentially raise interest rates. What was the word from what we heard from the Federal Reserve here today?
Yeah, I just saw something on my phone quick a little bit ago, up 25 basis points, I think. So, again, hopefully we're kind of seeing that trend, of just ratcheting up come to a slowdown. And we've kind of seen that the last few months, but good to see it come to fruition again here today.
And Kaden, switching gears just a little bit. Now, of course, we don't want to play the crystal ball game, but we are looking at the forecast, and all of a sudden here in the Midwest, looks like some pretty nice weather for the next couple of weeks. So do you think this is going to be a nice stretch then for farmers to get some planting done?
For sure. And in my part of the world, we've gotten quite a bit of progress done, but we've not had the weather really to get it up. And so, we definitely want to get some of this heat, this sunshine incorporated, get everything off to a good start here. And really, it's pretty interesting if you look at like a drought monitor right now compared to last year. We're quite a bit drier. So, it's too early in the calendar to really be, giving that drought thought too much time. But on the other hand, a little rain wouldn't hurt anybody by any means either.
And Kaden, could you please remind our viewers where you're located at? I know you've already been out in the field doing quite a bit of work planting yourself. And then are your neighbors also all out working in their fields right now?
Yeah, sorry, I'm in East Central Illinois. My hometown's Charleston, so home of Eastern Illinois University. Yeah, I think everybody, if they're not finished up planting, they're going to be done this week. We've got all our nitrogen on. We're in pretty good shape. So we were able to run pretty early in April and just had the weather to do it. Like I said, it's been a little bit cool lately, more cool than we'd like it, but get some heat back into this thing, and I think we'll be in pretty good shape.
On the other side of the markets, what happened in the livestock complex today?
Well, it's the exact opposite of grains. We had a lot of red today, especially in the cow complex. If you look at it fundamentally, I think you've got the funds who are net long just kind of liquidating, a little bit nervous about overall economy, recession, and demand numbers. But June live cattle down again, third day in a row this week, where we tried to fill a gap at 161, 075, didn't quite get there. Kind of closed off the lows, but again, they were lower, and feeders down as well. Feeders are down almost $10 this week, and a close around 223.5.
Kaden, what's the best way for our viewers to get in touch for more great information?
Yeah, go to our website, agmarket.net. We'd be happy to help you kind of get you set up on a marketing plan and whatnot. And you can reach any of our brokers, myself included, from there.
He is Kaden Sweeney of agmarket.net, our guest today, joining us to talk about the closing market analysis. Kaden, thank you so much for the time. We'll speak again soon. Have a great rest of your day.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
That was Kaden Sweeney with agmarket.net. Let's turn our attention now to the closing numbers, courtesy of the folks at Bar Chart. July corn is up 8.5 at 588.5. New crop December corn up 10 3/4 at 530.5. July soybeans up 6 3/4 at 1417.5. New crop November soybeans up 5 even at 1272 1/4. July soybean meal down $3 even at 424.90. July soybean oil up 85 cents at 52.64. Chicago wheat up 30.5 at 639 3/4. Minneapolis wheat up 30 even at 803.5. Kansas hard red wheat up 44 3/4 at 785 even. July oats up 7 3/4 at 310 1/4. On the Merc, June live cattle down $1.25 at 161.65. May feeder cattle down $2.52 at 203.42. May lean hogs down 2 cents at 78.15. May pork cutout up 10 cents at 83.42. And that's been a check of the ag market recap here on Ag Matters PM. We're going to go ahead now and take a quick break to hear from our sponsor, the Iowa Soybean Association and the Soy Checkoff. And when we come back, I will be joined by Iowa Secretary of Agriculture, Mike Naig. This is AMPM.
Iowa Soybean Association is driven to deliver for Iowa's 40,000 soybean farmers. We're proud to provide objective agronomic research, a helping hand with soil and water stewardship, and timely industry news powered by the Soybean Checkoff. Learn more at iasoybeans.com.
Welcome back to Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Mark Magnuson. Today I am joined by Iowa Secretary of Agriculture Mike Naig at a recent Iowa Department of Agriculture and Land Stewardship event in which 28 Choose Iowa grants were awarded to Iowa farmers, small businesses, and nonprofits. Mark Magnuson for the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, and I'm joined today by Iowa Secretary of Agriculture Mike Naig. Mike, we are here today at Jasper Winery in Des Moines, and today you were announcing as part of a group event today some grants, Choose Iowa grants for some local producers here in Iowa. Could you explain where those grants are headed and some of the recipients that were here today?
Well, we're thrilled to be able to launch the second round of Choose Iowa grants and happy that Jasper was able to host us. And in fact, as I stand here, I'm looking out the window at where their new cidery is going to be. And so they're going to take apples grown in Iowa, turn that into some wonderful apple cider. And what a great example of that's an expansion of their business. It's a new facility, but also a new product offering, a new market for Iowa apples, but it's also a new opportunity for Iowa's consumers. That's just a great example of the types of things that we're seeing with Choose Iowa. So 28 grants that really total up over $1.4 million in total investment that those recipients are making. It's really just cost share for some really big, nice projects. We've got an expansion of on-farm dairy processing from Picket Fence Dairy. We've got Brewer Family Farms with their trying to expand their meat offering into schools. Wouldn't that be a great thing to really get that established? You've got Lutheran Services of Iowa that works with refugees and getting them on farms, and they needed some processing equipment to help with those kind of unique things, that culturally important foods that they're growing on their gardens and then selling those in restaurants and grocery stores and farmers markets. Those are just the examples that we had today, in addition to many, many others. But it's really cool to see the creativity that's coming out. We kept this broad for a reason, and we want to make sure that really what we're talking about here is just adding value to Iowa agriculture and diversifying the offerings. And we hope in the process that we create more opportunity for Iowa farmers as well.
And a day like today, I thought, is a great reminder that, yes, when we think of Iowa agriculture, we think hogs, beef cattle, row crops, but there's so much more.
There is, and we're really good at that, by the way, and we're proud of that. I say this effort is built on this tremendous foundation that we have in we're known as an agriculture state, and it's because of that strong position that we've got in corn and soybean and pork and eggs and beef and you name it. But there's room for even more. And when you look at the growing trend that folks want to know where their food comes from, they want to shop local. That means different things to different people, by the way, and that's okay. But also, let's be honest, we've seen a disruption in our food supply chain the last couple of years. And so the idea that we should shorten the distance between the farm and the plate, those are two things that are sort of converging right here. And we say, great opportunity. Iowa, we are going to continue to be a strong player internationally. We matter nationally and domestically with biofuels and all kinds of products. We also can be very strong when it comes to local foods. There's lots of room, and plus I meet many people who are saying this represents the opportunity for the next generation of our farm to get more involved. This is a way for a beginning farmer to get involved. You can start small, you can sell direct, capture more margin, and have more opportunity. So, boy, there's a lot of reasons to be really supportive of this kind of work.
And I noticed that the number of grant recipients higher this year. There's more recipients. Is this a program then that's going to continue to grow?
Well, what we want to do is show that this is a great investment on the part of the state of Iowa. We started the first year with $250,000 of grants. We were able to show that we had significant interest, over $2 million of applications that first year, and we were only able to award $250,000. We think based on just that fact alone and the quality of the first round of applicants, we were able to go to the legislature, have a lot of support from our friends in the legislature in both chambers who want to see this project succeed. Now it's about showing a return on the investment. And again, just take Jasper Winery. You can put a dollar amount on the amount of economic activity that'll occur around this whole effort just because of the addition of this cidery. Now apply that to any one of these grant applicants. And so I think over time we're going to be able to show that there's a great return. And perhaps, yes, we can grow this. What I know today is that there's way more interest than we've got availability to fund. And I think the more we talk about Choose Iowa and the more that people see this, the more interest there'll be.
And the grants are, I guess, described as cost share grants. Could you explain how that process works?
We want a dollar-to-dollar match up to $25,000, and so we did have some smaller projects that really we just matched them dollar for dollar, and then we had several that actually were that full $25,000 grant and exceeded their dollar-to-dollar match. So that's where the program stands today. And again, in a big investment, that's just a small amount. But we also want to scale it so that you can just have a really pretty minor investment or a small piece of equipment. You still qualify. You can still apply. You don't have to have a massive project to be a part of this. And again, we did that by design. We want to make sure that we're making this program available to a wide range and all the different scale that's out there.
Is there anything else you'd like to let our viewers, our listeners know about when it comes to this Choose Iowa grant program and what we were able to see today and how excited everyone is?
Well, stay tuned. There's more. When you couple this with launching the brand, you'll see that more. You'll see these Choose Iowa grant recipients really expanding. And don't forget that we're also doing a lot around expanding meat processing in the state of Iowa with a separate program for grants to those recipients as well. So you're just going to continue to see more Iowa-grown, raised, and produced products, and that's good for everybody involved. So stay tuned. There's more to come.
Thank you so much for the time, Secretary. Have a great rest of your week.
Thanks.
That was Iowa Secretary of Agriculture, Mike Naig. Let's turn our attention now to the ag weather outlook. It is a beautiful day today in central Iowa. I think I'm going to say it. I think this is the nicest spring day of the year so far, as we have mostly sunny skies around the state of Iowa. And here in Des Moines, at least, not very much wind, which has been a feature of our recent weather pattern. Looking at tonight's forecast, mostly clear skies, fairly uneventful evening hours, and then tomorrow, mostly sunny, but then we will have some chances for scattered showers and thunderstorms around the state of Iowa. So let's turn our attention now to the National Weather Service and what's in store for the next 24 hours. As you can see from the National Weather Service, a very nice day here in the state of Iowa, mostly sunny skies with high temperatures ranging from 64 to 74. Tonight, mostly clear. Low temperatures expected in the 40 to 48 range. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, then scattered chances for showers and thunderstorms in western and central Iowa. High temperatures tomorrow will be even a little bit warmer, with highs expected 74 to 78. And looking at our affiliate weather map for tomorrow now, Cherokee, mostly sunny and then a slight chance of thunderstorms, high around 78. Shenandoah, a chance of showers and a high around 76. Des Moines will be sunny on Thursday, then a slight chance of showers and a high around 77. More sunshine to the eastern portion of the state. Albia mostly sunny and 76. Waterloo sunny and 77. Clinton sunny and 74. For a more detailed forecast in your part of the state, make sure and check with your local Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network affiliate. And that's been a check of the Ag Weather Outlook. That also brings us to the end of this episode of Ag Matters PM. You can find all of our content on our website at iowaagnet.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and LinkedIn. And you can find our video content and previous episodes of AMPM on our YouTube channel. And don't forget our free twice daily market podcast, which are found on Apple, Amazon, Google, Spotify, and Podbean. From the IARN studios in Des Moines, I'm Mark Magnuson. On behalf of Riley Smith and Dustin Huffman, we thank you for watching. This has been Ag Matters PM.